Going for a food shop is honestly my favourite time of the week because it's kind of like the suspense of what bargains are you going to find. Good morning, happy Saturday. My fridge is empty, which can only mean one thing, that I'm gonna go on my weekly food shop to Lidl. 2 tips for shopping. First off, never shop on an empty stomach because every time I do, I always come back with rubbish that I can't really make meals out of. So for breakfast, as it is Easter weekend, I am gonna have a hot cross bun. These were also reduced from M&S and they're the gluten-free ones. I'd say they're okay. Yeah, I mean, these ones are slightly stale, but they taste really nice with some butter. To get started on one of my 5 a day, I thought I'd add some strawberries with that. So I have my shopping list written down on my phone so I can tick things off as I go along. That way I don't get distracted and also I won't forget any key ingredients. So I kind of planned the meals that I'm going to be having this week. I thought I'd show you the meals I'm going to be having today and tomorrow. So it's kind of like what I eat in a weekend, as well as come with me on my food shop. Today, Nicole and I are actually going to go swimming in Hampstead Heath and we have to catch a bus for that. But on the way back, the bus stops off at the M&S in Camden. So I might pop out there, see if I can find any yellow sticker deals, and by that time there could be some good ones. With yellow sticker deals, a lot of it is about luck. So the earlier you go, the less reduction there will be on any yellow stickers, but the more variety you have. Because say if you go in the afternoon, yes, everything will be really cheap by that point because they want to sell it before it goes off. There will often be less choice because a lot of the yellow sticker stuff will have already gone. With M&S stuff, look for the blue freezable sign, so it's a little snowflake. If it can freeze, chuck it in the freezer. Although to be fair, yesterday for dinner I had an unfreezable pizza that I did freeze from M&S and it was really good. It was one of the best gluten-free pizza bases I've ever had, so it was well worth testing it out to see if it did freeze, and it did. I mean, I'm not ill today, I hope. This is also where I get my medium egg noodles, the ones that cook in 4 minutes. They're really good. Now if you come late, you definitely don't get a choice of the boxes. So these are £1.50 boxes of old fruit and veg that would otherwise be chucked out. So in the box we've got lots of things today. We've got grapes, we've got some oranges, apples, big tomatoes, aubergine, a cabbage. I've never cooked a cabbage before, but with this box you learn. I've learned how to do parsnips because of this box. We've got some tangerines, little peppers I think these are. The pear looks a little bit worse for wear, but I'm sure it's very sweet and very nice. We've got some green peppers, some lettuce, which is perfect because I'm hoping to do some summer rolls. We've got some potatoes so we can make our own mash. I had a few more nectarines, but along Tottenham Court Road there are a few homeless people and they really like soft fruit and veg. This is actually quite a bit of a challenge to get through all of this before it goes quite bad. We've got a lemon though, which I will be using for a pasta dish. This is pretty much all the fruit and veg that I will need for a week, but I got a few more things. So for the summer rolls, I picked up some mint. I also got some king prawns. I normally get the family pack of mushrooms, like the really big 650 gram box. That means I have to have mushrooms every day so that they don't go off. But I decided to get chestnut mushrooms today. Also when I shop, I'm looking for the cheapest per gram price. I also got some spinach. Before I went into Lidl, I saw that they had a sale on their Valley Spire cheese if you have the Lidl app. I tend to go for extra mature because then you have to use less to get the same amount of flavour. I've got some Grana Padano cheese, so this is really nice, grated on my pasta and my pizzas. For breakfast for the week, I have my authentic Greek yogurt. This is really good. It's a lot cheaper than Fire and it's pretty much the same. I'll have my yogurt with blueberries and my orange juice because this is a really easy way to get one of your 5 a day in. And also with the app, every time you shop you get one of their spin of surprises, so you see if you win, but this time I have not won. I'm aware that the majority of this is just fruit and veg because I do have loads of frozen salmon fillets from M&S reduced. So I need to work my way through those, and I've also got some reduced sausages and reduced fish cakes. So for when we go to the pond, we take a warm tea with us, and Nicole makes a really good rooibos.
That was so hard. It was very hard.
reductions in M&S, but a lot of them were first reductions, so this only has one tag on it, which means that you know that they've not gone into the second round. But these are the 3 things that I got. I got 2 garlicky haddock Kievs, freezable. I got these chili, garlic and paprika king prawns. They're really good. They go well in pastas, they go well in salads. And this is a chicken in black bean sauce. I've not had black bean sauce in ages. So you've got egg fried rice, spring rolls and chow mein as well. You just put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Ooh, interesting. Now this could be terrible. So I might regret this purchase. Look at that rice. What is the powder? I decided to cut up a pepper and a tomato so that I know that in this meal I'm at least getting 2 of my 5 a day in here. So for £3.50, I don't think this is too bad. I've hidden what looks like the terrible Uncle Ben's rice with the black bean sauce. I think that's the only saving grace that will save that dish. But the noodles look okay. They're just like egg noodles. And these spring rolls look good. They're quite gingery or spicy. They're good though. So in the chow mein we've got bean sprouts, egg noodle. I think it might be cabbage. It would be good with some sesame seeds. I could add those in actually. There's water chestnut in it, which is nice. I always like water chestnut. The chicken is good. It's really soft. It's quite salty. I checked on the packet of this and it did say this meal is 99% of your daily intake of salt. So I have showered, I've got rid of all of the pond water off me and I'm feeling all fresh. The one thing that my mum would always mention after we go swimming is if you get cramps, have a banana. I don't have cramps, but I am in need of a pick-me-up. And at this time, as long as it's before 4 p.m, I will have a matcha smoothie. So this is one of my 5 a day. So yes, I will be at 4 of my 5, but this is not just any matcha. This is using the T2 berry matcha. So it's super fruity and kind of tastes a bit like a milkshake. All you need is 1 frozen banana, a glass of milk and a teaspoon of this matcha and that's it. Or if your banana isn't frozen, you can use a fresh one and just use ice cubes to thicken it up and make it cooler. But because matcha has the slow releasing caffeine, I'm hoping it will just keep me ticking along until dinner time. Also, the trick with the bananas is to wait until they're super spotty and very sweet. So these have a few more days until I freeze them. So I'm just gonna make dinner. I have 2 types of spaghetti. This is the gluten-free, this is the normal person one. This will be the same pasta that I made in my last vlog, but I did it with asparagus. This time I'm gonna use chestnut mushrooms and some British double cream. So Nicole and I are going back to Hampstead Heath today because we're going to go swimming again in the ladies pond. But the reason that we're actually doing it is because it apparently increases white blood cells, which then makes you better at fighting off infections. It keeps you young. It's apparently going to snow tomorrow, so we thought it was better to do it today because I don't really want to go swimming in the freezing cold. But that means that I'm going to have a nice big breakfast this morning to give me all the energy. I'm going to go and have my Greek yogurt with berries, chia seeds, pecans and a little bit of honey. You're apparently meant to have 1 handful of nuts every day, and the chia seeds and the yogurt are good for the protein. I also might have a hot cross bun because it is also Easter Sunday today, so it feels wrong not to. We are having the same breakfast, but you're having normal hot cross buns, the luxury ones, fruit, and you've got fancier yogurt than I do. So for lunch today, I'm gonna make some summer rolls, some Vietnamese summer rolls. When I went traveling in Vietnam, these were by far one of the best things to come out of the trip. The food is incredible there. I've meshed a few recipes. Basically, I'm using whatever I've been able to find in my shops. I have a local Asian shop where I picked up the rice paper rolls. I think mine are 20 centimeters, so they're quite small. 30 centimeters probably would have been better because it means that I have to have small little rolls and I like mine quite big and chunky. They were only £1.20 and I think the 30 centimeter ones were maybe £1.50, so it's really cheap to make. I couldn't find any vermicelli noodles in Lidl or Aldi's. I've got my prawns, my king prawns, I've got some lettuce, tomatoes. Couldn't find a carrot, but I've got cucumber and I've got some fresh mint. I normally use cherry tomatoes for this, but because this was the tomatoes that I got from the box, I'm still going to use these. The recipes were either saying to use coriander or mint, but mint is definitely my favourite one because it makes it really fresh. I'm also using these chives, which I grew myself, and they're really nice. Or you can use spring onion, that also is good. But when it comes to the rice paper, what I do is I have a little bowl of hot, well, warm water. I leave it in there for about 20 seconds and then I take it out and it's all ready to roll. When it comes to the rolling technique, you often do it in lines, so you'd put your lettuce and your herbs and your noodles, if you had them, in that row. Then you would do maybe your cucumber or your carrot or something else in that row with your herbs, and then you do your shrimps or prawns at the end. Then you roll up each individual layer. If you saw the vlog where I did my crispy aromatic duck pancakes, you know that I like to make my pancakes and my rolls really fat. I love having like a big juicy mouthful. So I'm not sure if my presentation is going to be the neatest, but let me tell you, it tastes really good. And then when it comes to the sauce, you can either make a peanut sauce, which is really nice. I'll leave a recipe for that below. Or another one that I've been making recently is with lime, fish sauce, sugar or agave syrup or honey as the sweetener, and garlic. These are good. So it's time for an afternoon snack. I picked up these protein balls from Lidl. They've been coming out with their kind of range of naked bars, and they've also got these new protein balls out. So far my favourite ones were the goji berry and coconut ones. The peanut butter ones are a little bit drier. They're a good gluten-free snack, but I don't think I get this one again. So one of my favourite things to do with the wrinkly vegetables from the box is to make a roasted vegetable couscous. But I've also got these packets of falafel. These Granos packets have everything you need in them. You literally just add water, let it sit for 5-10 minutes, then you put them in the oven for, I think it is 10 minutes. The packets are also around £1, so it's pretty cheap and it's quite nice to do it yourself. To have fresh warm falafel come out is really nice, and it's pretty tasty as well. All I need for this dish is some hummus to make it not too dry, but I do have some leftover pesto, which might be an okay substitute, but I might also leave that for salmon later on in the week. So I'm gonna do a big batch. Whenever I cook couscous, I always do it in a batch. You've probably seen in previous videos because I do make this a lot. This recipe is also in the student cookbook that I brought out. That's free. It's linked in the description box below as well if you want more recipes. Couscous is super easy to make. It's literally 1-to-1 ratio. 1 cup of couscous to 1 cup of boiling water, and you just let it sit for a minute or two and it's done. I do sometimes like to fry it up on the pan with some extra spices and herbs and the roasted vegetables to add a bit more flavour and a bit more colour to it. But this way I can use up the slightly soft and soggy parsnips, aubergine and peppers. It's a great way to get in your fibre day. Adding in cheese as well is also something that I like to do. Cheddar cheese, it's great. It melts a little bit in the pan, so it makes it a little bit more gooey. Sometimes I chuck olives in here, sometimes I chuck spinach. The key to the good flavour though is when you're roasting it to put on things like paprika, garlic, salt and pepper, maybe some Mediterranean herbs. Make sure that they're on a little drizzle of olive oil. Once everything's in the pan, I like to add in a little bit of apple cider vinegar, sometimes some fresh lemon if I've got any, or some lemon juice will work. This dish is totally just chuck everything you've got in your fridge on the pan and it works really nicely. So I hope you enjoyed my little weekly food shop haul and seeing what I eat on a weekend. Talking about food is probably one of my favourite things, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give the video a thumbs up. I hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you next week. Bye!